I love hearing about the fucked up shit that's happening in China because China #1. Let's talk about it. Playboy manipulators of China.
Oh, you're talking to me? You think I'm cute? Oh, thank you. I just hope you're not an undercover spy or anything who planned all of that out to infiltrate my family by having kids with me, then instantly divorce me to steal all my money through child support. No.
I thought that was only black women in America.
No way, right? But
It's happening in China too?
you know who does? One girl in China whose dream ever since she was a kid was to infiltrate a billionaire family by modifying her face to look identical to a celebrity, then forcefully having kids with them to one day use as a trump card to steal all their money and ruin their life. Listen.
So if you want to know what's crazy, I'm going to break it down to you how it works. So, and this also happens in America. If you're a woman, or at least in Texas, if you're a woman and you have a kid with a man, and you divorce that man. If you have a kid with that man, you are entitled to 20% of his income for the first kid, then 25% if you have 2 kids, and then 30% if you have 3 kids with him. So that is what a lot of women do, is they go to rich millionaires, have their kids, divorce them, and then they're set for life. And they get to play with kids all day. Woo! Infinite money for just 2 to 3 years of work. It really is a genius idea, isn't it?
Listen, unemployed kings and queens, I know y'all have been waiting for the tea, the gossip, the juice to be extracted from China's parasocial influencer circle. So let's start from the beginning. The girl who was born to destroy the balance of China's billionaire rich kids. Meet Wei Xue, we'll call her Wei Wei. She was born in 1988 in a poor mountain village in Guangxi. Her parents were farmers, so the family barely had any money, and very early on as a kid, she realized something very important. Beauty is power.
Yep.
So while all the regular kids were playing at the parks and gossiping over crushes, Wei Wei was thinking, how do I get rich fast? So she was definitely no ordinary child.
But first, a word from today's sponsor. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they caused. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. You may be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. Okay, so when I was a kid, I tried to kill myself when I realized that Pokemon didn't exist. And then I also had a phase where I thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll make a public transport bus hit me, and then I'll collect free money for the rest of my life. Because that's what my guild leader in World of Warcraft did. And now he works at Nintendo, which is crazy. They don't know he does cocaine.
Junior high, she dropped out of school to help support her family as a shampoo girl, only earning like $70 a month. And that's the point where Wei Wei looked at her life and said, yeah, this is not the life I want. While most people reach success by either studying, getting a good job, or starting their own business, Wei Wei dreamed of marrying the rich. Eventually, being a shampoo girl just didn't cut it, so she started working at underground nightclub bars, specifically as a hostess. And specifically in areas where sons of millionaires or nepo babies would hang out. Now, all of these luxury clubs in Beijing and Shanghai are basically free-for-alls to see who has the most clout. All of the rich guys are flexing their watches worth entire apartments, the influencers are trying to get attention, and everybody's just trying to act mysterious. But Wei Wei...
That sounds gay as f***. You know what's a guilty pleasure of mine? I love going into incredibly expensive restaurants dressed like... I'm not gonna lie, like I've taken Sophia to like 3-star Michelin star restaurants, and we're wearing like a tank top and sweatpants fresh from the gym. Because I want these people to know, to them this is special. This is a special occasion once a year. To me, it's Tuesday and I'm just a little bit hungry. My belly hurts. I'm just a little bit hungry, so I'll just pit stop at a 3-star Michelin restaurant and get a little bit of the sushi. Douchey, f*** you. Well, if it means anything, I no longer do that. Now I'm in preserve mode. I don't spend money on, I don't go anywhere besides to like get a nice cup of coffee. That's about it. Right. But I used to do this and it was funny. But yeah, I realized I was a little bit of a douchebag.
She was studying exactly how the rich moved, act, and played. And the hunt began. She learned how to read personalities instantly. Who had money, who was stupid, who was lonely. And eventually she found her first target. Chen Ping, a son of a millionaire who owns a coal mine. They both hit it off and Wei Wei immediately understood the assignment. She researched his family background, learned about their wealth, and decided that this man could be her ticket into the upper class life. And it worked. Chen spoiled her with designer bags, luxury gifts, attention, the full rich kid boyfriend starter pack. But Wei Wei,
you know where I'd take my fiance? TJ Maxx, Goodwill, thrift shops, and you know what? She has a blast. Ladies and gentlemen, if your girl needs designer clothes, throw that the out. You do not need that.
Be smart. She knew gifts alone weren't security. I mean, rich men can buy bags for anybody. I mean, Chen was wealthy. He was the type to fly first class, eat at Michelin restaurants every week. He was a millionaire, but not a billionaire. Wei Wei,
true.
She wanted more. So eventually, she made what would become her signature move, pregnancy. She believed having a child.
My ultimate technique, having baby, infinite Tsukuyomi child support. Bro, just have 5 kids with 5 different billionaires, and then you now become a billionaire. That's what's crazy.
Would force marriage.
Community note, whore.
So when Chen was fully obsessed with her, she did some of her secret magic on a condom and got pregnant.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's a literal crime. Anyway, the child was born.
It's called baby trapping, by the way.
Chen and Wei Wei's first child, a daughter. And in her eyes, this was a mission failed. This is because having a daughter doesn't fully secure her position in traditional Chinese families. You need to have a son to continue the family line because usually they take on the inheritance while the daughter just joins the husband's lineage. Think of it as who inherits your last name. But what makes this pretty messed up is that she forcefully got a C-section at 8:08 a.m. on exactly August 8, 2008, because 8 is a Chinese lucky number, which is pretty extreme. I mean, it's like if I had to have 8 children because 8's my lucky number. So eventually she did her signature move once again, messed with the condom, did her little magic, without consent, of course, and she got pregnant. But this time with a son.
There it is.
At this point, you probably think that she's done. You know, mission accomplished, future is secured. I mean, you're done. I mean, for a while, her life genuinely did look pretty perfect. She even appeared in a Hunan reality show called Happy Camp as the glamorous hot mom. But behind that glamorous persona that she was showing off, the marriage was already collapsing. Remember, Wei Wei's mindset ever since she was a child was not to just settle in somewhere above.
To use children as a paycheck is disgusting, though. I'm sure we can all agree on that.
Above average. She wanted to reach the elites. And in 2014, the internet absolutely exploded when Wei Wei was found in photos at a nightclub holding arms with famous actor Zhou Kai. And they looked very comfortable with each other. Wei Wei's good friend sent her a private message saying that Wei...
You know what's crazy? There are still states in the United States where if your wife cheats on you, they still get half your... Like, the contracts here, like the wedding contracts, are so bad. Like, women have it so easy when it comes to marriage contracts. It's horrible. Like, a lot of men signing a marriage contract is a death sentence. Because if anything goes wrong for any reason, it is the man's fault. So I recommend a prenup to absolutely everybody.
Wei Wei had gone out drinking with other men to celebrate her birthday last night. Unfortunately, someone in the office secretly messaged Chen Ping, who then caught them in the act. Today, Chen Ping has been calling Wei Wei all day saying he wants a divorce, and Wei Wei is too scared to answer. What a wild birthday. So, netizens started accusing her of cheating. They started saying how she fell back into her old habits and started secretly working at nightclubs again. Some people started exposing her old ID photos and even calling her a street vendor prostitute. And then, our most beloved, richest kid in China, son of billionaire Nepo baby final boss Wang Situng, makes a post on Wei Wei calling her the highest level escort in the lowest class pawn.
Bro! drama. Damn, bro, these people are going for the throat. Thank God. I'd rather go for the throat than the cervix with this door.
Damn. I didn't know he could roast like that.
Yep.
And eventually, both Chen and Wei Wei admitted to having affairs, so at that point, the marriage was cooked. So shortly after, they divorced. But here's where things get important. As part of the divorce settlement, Wei Wei gets $900,000. And this money became her foundation for her next move, because she evolved. Literally, she took all of that money, went to South Korea to get extensive plastic surgery, all with the plan of transforming her face to look identical to the celebrity Yang Mi. Copy and paste surgery once again. I'm surprised she didn't hit up our girl Wang Jing. And this plastic surgery...
Can we admit they look retarded? Like, I don't know who's attracted to this, but they just look stupid. I don't know what it is, but like all this like plastic and surgery and becoming half cyborg, it's just not attractive to me. They're weak. They look stupid, right? And their personality is probably about as compelling as a paper bag.
She really made her look like Yang Mi. So
why do they all look like Pokemon and Valkyrie?
So she returns to China and started posting and gained the nickname Little Yang Mi because at this point, her entire appearance and identity online just revolved around a celebrity lookalike. And you guys, this is probably one of the craziest rebranding arcs that we'll ever see because think about it. She didn't just want to be wealthy. She wanted to be in the big leagues of China's billionaires. And just you wait, because her transformation manifests real hard later on. Now remember Wang Zitong earlier clowning her online? At one point, he actually made a post. I never make friends with people richer than me because none are richer than me. And someone in the comments replied with, what about me? And right after that, Wang Zitong deleted the post and just never mentioned it ever again. And this mysterious random guy who would even dare to say such a thing to billionaire Sung Wang Zitong was someone called Qing Fen, but he goes by King. He is someone who's so unknown that nobody really even knows how much money this guy has. Like, it's amounts that you can't even comprehend. Now, Qing Fen, or King, was born into an ultra-rich family in Shanghai. His father is Qing Sixin, who's an insanely powerful casino junket operator in Hong Kong.
Dude, I'm sorry, there's nothing more cringe than a child who was given everything by their parents and feels like they earned anything, and so they have the ego of a person who made their, like, success, and all they did was just be born by the right guy. It's pathetic, dude. Egotistical Nepo babies, cringest genre of human being.
And unlike some rich kids who just sit around clubbing and buying LV for every girl in their social circle, King was your typical smart, educated rich kid. He attended many prestigious schools in China and even later studied at Harvard. Now, King wasn't just rich, he had this aura to him. Like, he didn't post much, so he was very mysterious and nonchalant. And this guy even launched his own basketball team with over 50 members, and he even hired a former NBA player, Bernard James, to play for him. And if you're anything like me who loves spending their unemployed days diving into gossip from China's influencer circle, then came the moment that made him famous. Enter the LaFerrari incident.
This really is the Chinese WestJet, bro. I love this. It's so good, bro. American drama, Chinese drama. Bro, I want to get into some African drama. If there's any African, like, drama channels, hit my ass the f up, bro. I'm trying to cover that.
One night, King crashed his limited edition LaFerrari worth over $5 million.
And then this whore took 2 of my chickens. And we in Africa, we love the fried chicken. We go up to us, she go, and then she take our coconuts. What the f is going on? What the f is going on?
$1 million. And instead of panicking like a regular person, there's a famous photo of him just casually sitting out the car playing games on his phone. No stress.
They fight over rice and banana. There's gotta be some African drama, bro. Come on.
Yes. Like nothing. I mean, most people would be traumatized if they, crashed their bike. But this man looked like it was just business as usual. Just another day, a walk in the park. Not only that, but this is a LaFerrari, a limited production model with only like 700 units in the entire world. And only Shanghai has 2. And because of this absurd lifestyle, everybody in China gave him the name, the Emperor of Shanghai. And just when King was
The African dramas on World Star. True.
about to get back with his ex-girlfriend Lou Bebe, he meets someone, and that someone is Wei Wei.
No.
What
no
a
way,
random coincidence. Come on, this is not a coincidence. Right after getting surgery to make her face look like young me,
Wow.
her eyes locked onto King. And she studied this man like he was an exam. She researched his habits, found out where he hung out, what bars he liked.
Well, you can tell that he's egotistical as shit, right? All you got to do for these men is just play into their ego and they'll give you everything. It's so obvious.
What type of women he usually dated. She deliberately went to one of the luxury bars that he frequently hung out at every single day, just hoping for a chance to see him there. She had also built this demeanor and charisma to her because not only does her face now look like a celebrity, but she also has years of experience of handling men. Then came the famous accident. One night, Wei Wei was just sitting at the bar, but then she saw King. She knew this was her chance, so she walked up to him, bumps into him, oops, and accidentally spills a cup of wine on him. King was about to—
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Why is Chinese billionaire drama slop so good, bro? Oops, I absolutely cupped your balls. I think. Were those your balls? Wow. Let me dry that for you. Dude, just suck his dick at that point. Straight up. Oh, I'm sorry for getting you so wet. Let me suck it off. Oh, man. I love this shit.
crash out until he looked up
Yeah, how did those get in my mouth? Whoops.
and saw her face. And it was love at first sight. Because her face resembled the celebrity Yang Mi, he instantly fell in love. I mean, this literally sounds like something out of a drama. Like, it
Yep.
doesn't even sound real, but like, this actually happened. And in this moment, Wei Wei played her cards very carefully. She played that hard to get route. She declined invitations, refused gifts, and just kept her distance. And this is psychologically genius because rich men are just so used to everybody wanting something from them.
There it
So when
is.
suddenly, when somebody acts uninterested, it activates their curiosity. And slowly but surely, King became obsessed.
Damn, bro. That from a king to a pawn. Bro got downgraded immediately. Nepo baby about to get checked.
Wei Wei already studied King's personality. He was a playboy, he dated constantly, he never committed to long-term. So if she wanted long-term security, she needed leverage. And to get leveraged, she used her signature move.
Signature technique. God damn, bro. It's crazy. Is when you come inside of a woman's pussy, even while they're ovulating or pre the ovulation cycle, it's only at 20-30%. So this woman mathematically has been like sniping these 20-30s, man.
She messes with the condom again and oops, becomes pregnant. But
So what you got to do, women, is you got to act like you're a gigaho and you got to put the condom in your mouth, right? And then you put it onto the dude's penis using your mouth, and that'll turn him on, right? Every man loves when a woman puts a condom on for them using their lips, hot as. But then when you go back, just nibble off the top piece while you're blowing it. And then the hole's there. And then they'll never know. Right? If they preach it, nobody currently checks their condom when they're in the middle of raw dogging or getting the old sloppy top. You know what I'm saying? So they put it on their mouth, bite off the top, is what it is. Editor, keep this in.
when King found out that she got pregnant, he did not want marriage at all. Instead, he's like, here's $6 million. Terminate the pregnancy. Just handle it all yourself. I'm sorry. Excuse me? So Wei Wei took the money, the $6 million to terminate the pregnancy, flew to the States, and she just disappeared. So King was now just peacefully living his rich playboy lifestyle.
Jesus.
Time to move on. That's the end of that chapter. Surely. And eventually he started dating another internet celebrity, Siga. And actually,
Bro, one night, bang, take a load, 6 mil. God, women's life are so easy, bro. It's so easy being a woman.
this relationship was going really well. And they were even publicly flirting with each other. And he actually seemed like kinda innocent in a way with her. Like, he liked her posts, bought her luxury gifts, you know, like the usual regular boyfriend stuff. He was even using like these corny pickup lines. And a couple months later, he was just about to announce their wedding.
Oh
and
my
of
God.
course, Just when things are going well, somebody shows up at his front door. The doorbell rings. He opens the door while his family is with him, and suddenly he sees Wei Wei. But beside Wei Wei is a little boy who calls him Daddy? This can't be real. I used to think the most beautiful thing in life was meeting someone. Later, I realized that the most precious thing was actually the reunion.
Oh
Haven't
my
seen you
God.
for a long time. So it turns out Wei Wei never terminated the pregnancy.
I knew that bitch won't go do it. I knew that bitch won't go do it.
This whole time she was in the US raising this child up until he was 6 years old. She was waiting quietly, patiently, secretly planning out her next move all those years. And remember, this time, it's a boy. So, it's over.
Man.
We're in the end game now.
Yep, that's his legacy, bro. Holy $6 million and an anchor baby with a billionaire. That's nuts.
No more signature moves, please. Wei Wei gave them two options. Either King marries her, or they pay her $132 million in child support. $132 million? That is generational support. She threatened that she would keep making scenes at their house with the child if they didn't handle the situation. And because ultra wealthy families care massively about their image and their social standing, they folded and gave her the $132 million. Finally, Nessens had crowned Wei Wei the Queen of Shanghai, the one who completed the biggest social crime in all of Chinese internet history. After everything that happened, the custody of the child remained with Wei Wei, and King even rented her a luxury apartment in Shanghai so that she could independently raise their son. And apparently later on, she even just outright bought the apartment herself. I mean, from an extremely poor mountain.
Did she buy the apartment or did she buy the apartment complex with that type of money? Holy
village to owning a luxury apartment.
What a piece of shit. Yeah, but also, like, don't go around banging random women if you're a millionaire or billionaire, or anybody for that matter. These people who, like, put sex and random women on a pedestal are retarded. I'm glad they're getting with them. I don't care at all.
In Shanghai.
Like, honestly, both of these people, to be honest. Like, treating making a children this lackadaisically, like, you're around this much, you're retarded. Both of them are retarded. All of them are retarded.
That's
why I love it.
One heck of a life turnaround.
You know who the good guy in this situation is, chat? You, the unemployed ones, who are going to make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this type of Chinese unemployed content.
Essentially just changed her entire destiny. And eventually Wei Wei settled into her life with her 3 children, one from King's side and the other 2 from Chen's side. Oh, and her new boyfriend, who is 16 years younger than her, he is 23. Her full-time job now is an influencer doing live stream e-commerce, and
God bless him, man. God bless him. He's not the stepdad. He's the dad who stepped up.
Selling products, as well as just talking about her entire life story, like, without shame. She even showed photos of herself traveling in Thailand with King's son for a summer break. She openly admits to everything. I mean, the plastic surgery, the affairs, her manipulation tactics as well.
你们知道怎么跟男生聊天吗？怎么跟男生表白？你们知道吗？你就给他发4个字，你在干嘛？你给任何一个男生发4个字，你在干嘛？在他的脑子里，他都会干成我爱你，我喜欢你。
And what's even more insane,
these women are devils,
is apparently her relationships with King and ex-husband Chen are actually really good. At one point, King and Chen even appeared both in her live streams sending gifts. I mean, what kind of family group chat is this? Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, I mean, she does have their kids, but also, I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. These men, they're absolutely cooked, bro. They are. They're absolutely cooked.
Current live stream viewers include my ex-billionaire boyfriend and my ex-husband sending virtual gifts together while my 22-year-old boyfriend is cheering me on from behind. Okay, and also looking into this even more, it turns out that Wei Wei actually broke up with her 22-year-old boyfriend for like a little bit. And during that break, tell me why her ex-husband Chen and him were celebrating? Like they were hanging out with each other and even doing live streams. And in essence, we're like, if I saw my ex-husband and ex-boyfriend hanging out together, I'd feel more disgusted than if I'd eaten.
Yeah, bro. I would comment on the inverse of that scenario Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Anyways.
After the breakup, my ex-girlfriend's ex-husband spoiled me rotten. Like, they literally became besties. If Team Finn weren't so rich, he would definitely join you guys. Now, naturally, public opinion on Wei Wei is still massively divided. Some people genuinely admire.
If I was a woman and my ex-boyfriend and my ex-husband were meeting up frequently, I would assume they were plotting a scheme to ruin my life. Is what I would assume. So imagine if you're a man, you know, I would assume they were trying to ruin your life.
Her. They see a woman who was born into poverty, used beauty and emotional intelligence.
You guys nuked the wrong China. You should have nuked the big one instead of the raw fresh one. Hey, I had no control over where the nuke went, but I will say Japan was out of control.
Strategy and social awareness to completely
Japan was out of
her
control.
destiny. She escaped a life that most people will never escape from. I estimate that there are very few women in this entire country who can reach this level. Some things are truly innate and cannot be learned. I admire her so much, she should publish a book. And tell me why Wang Sitong also replied with, I'd also like to admire the high-level players. Oh my god, the principal is here. This is going to be serious. And of course, other people absolutely hate her. She relied entirely on wealthy men, manipulated pregnancies, and used children as bargaining chips to secure her future. At the end, she got what she dreamed of and ultimately changed her destiny. I mean, what do you guys think? Was this the only choice for her and her kids, or was this all due to her circumstances of...
Yeah, let me tell you what I think. I think many women are talentless sluts, and society favors women so much more that they can quite literally say, you know what my career goal plan is? Being a massive prostitute and treating kids like bargaining chips. Disgusting. And I can't wait to hear more about it. Like, comment, and subscribe.